Welcome to CrashRacer. Today we're playing Wreckfest and we're going to be having a go at the brand new weekly challenge. There's a new season challenge as well, the checkpoint chase, but in this video we're going to concentrate on that weekly challenge, the race attack. We are going to be racing the Rocket RX around the Hillstreet circuit in the reverse direction. And to start with, I'm going to use automatic gears and tuning settings of 4332. And for a gold trophy we need to complete this in under 3 minutes and 1 second. Okay, start of these 3 laps then, and as with every challenge the start is absolutely critical. Got to be careful through here, and there's a tight left hand corner and we've got to try and find a gap. Can we run off the inside of these cars? Yeah, we're up and past. That's really good. If I can get around this corner clean, this is a good start. Ideally you want to be up in the lead around this point and onto this straight in under 20 seconds, and that is a very good start. Okay, very tricky bit coming up now though, which is this loop back for the first time. This is the most dangerous part of the challenge, because there's going to be cars coming across and we somehow need to find a gap if there is one. Whoa, that wasn't too bad. Just had to hesitate, let that stream of cars come through, but that wasn't bad at all. Sometimes there's just no way past and you have to sit and wait or restart. Let's turn in sharp to this corner, and that's the end of the first lap. Good first lap then. So yeah, I'm going to do this run using automatic gears, and then I'm going to change and do a run with manual gears as well. See what we can do. I'm not great with manual gears, but can still normally put in a better time, but we'll see. And this challenge as well, with the settings as I've got them, the gear changes aren't too difficult for automatic gears. Once you're up to speed, it's pretty much, well, you've got this corner here which drop down to second gear for, but most of the rest of the race then is third and fourth gear. Fourth gear for the straights once you get up to speed, and third gear for some of the corners. So hopefully using manual gears won't be too difficult on this track. Get into this corner. That's a decent second lap as well, so just one more lap to do. Hopefully set a good time. 3 minutes and 1 of course is the time we're looking for. We should be well under that. Now again on this third lap, depending on how your luck is, you might come into some back markers. We've got to watch for the crossover down here in case there's some stragglers right at the back. No, it looks like they're all past. Just saw the last blip on the map going past, so we've been lucky, and I don't think, unless they have a crash up this hill, we're not going to catch any up either. So we're going to have had a pretty clear run once we got past that very first stage. And try and get the braking point right here. Turned in slightly early, but we are through for a final time of 2 minutes 44.3 using automatic gears. Right, let's switch to manual. I'm going to leave the tuning settings exactly the same, and let's see how we get on. Okay, quick change. And now we want to be making our way over to the right hand side again to give ourselves a bit of an angle for this first left hand corner. Need some luck, need to watch for a gap to open with any luck. Can we take it all the way around the outside? Just got to hope they don't run wide. No, we are past and through. Again, another good start. Just got to wait for the gap to open really, when you're trying to get up into the lead, or just clang the barrier slightly there. Right, down into second gear. Now we've got to look for a gap again. Oh, again we've been pretty lucky. Bit of a stream of cars, but then a big gap behind them. Whoa, again clang the barriers. A little bit messy. Looking to cross the line in under a minute for this first lap if possible. Any time under a minute, yeah, we're well under. Any time under a minute for that first lap is pretty good from a standing start. And then of course your next 2 laps should be slightly quicker than that. Just drop into third gear for some of these corners, then back up into fourth. And now just before we get to the crossroads, we can drop it down into second gear. Find you using manual gears, you can brake a little bit later for the corners, like that loop back corner. You can brake that just that little bit later because you're controlling the downshift of the gears. And obviously as you're shifting down gears, it rapidly decelerates the car as well. Okay, onto the straight. Back up to fourth gear as we come across the line for the final lap. Down into third. Sweep round, try not to hit the barrier on the outside. Not going to take too much curb here. You can do, but it does have a tendency of throwing the car off. Again, probably that's related to the tuning settings I'm using. Probably if you soften the suspension more, you could ride the curbs a bit more. But then your cornering might be hampered slightly, so I prefer to have the setup like this. Okay, back up to fourth. Over to the right hand side up the hill for the final time. Be interesting to see how we've done here, because it seemed a pretty good run. It's going to be close to the same time that I did with automatic gears, but I think that did look slightly quicker. Yeah, 2 minutes 43.1, so it was a little bit quicker than using automatic gears. Well, there's the new weekly challenge then, Race Attack at the Hillstreet circuit. Best of luck for all your attempts on this one, and see you soon.